I am a little concerned because we haven't quite gotten to the bottom of this story, but at present, the Knicks PR department has still not responded to our request for comment on Deadline, in which we asked, quote, can you confirm or deny that Alec Burks dealt the reported, quote, epic fart before Game 5? New York Post reporter Steph Bondy has responded to our inquiries with exclusive commentary on his own. He says, quote, sorry, this is dumb, end quote. So,
that guy.
Yeah, the Knicks, that guy, and the Knicks in general, they're not being cooperative. So I don't think we're going to get any closer to this story than we already are. Before we bring on Mike Schur, though, you guys have been dying to talk about this 911 call. Did we want to share this with Schur, or do you want to just share it with our audience and have Schur wait for a second?
Mike Schur is there in the Zoom, so I think he can watch what we're doing. So this is not a 911 call, Dan. This is a 911 clip. As in, 911 Lone Star, the show that Rob Lowe is on. And you could not watch it. I don't know how many in our audience do, but I'm just going to play a very short, 8-second clip to perhaps entice you into this upcoming episode, a recent episode of 911 Lone Star.
He's starting compressions.
Cap Medical's here.
Oh, I saw this on John Oliver. I saw this the other day.
Yeah, that is a frozen man that Rob Lowe had to do chest compressions on. So when he gets the script, he reads that, and if we could play it back one more time, I think he knocks the assignment out of the park.
It's great. It really is great.
He's starting compressions.
Cap Medical's here.
Mike Schur worked with Rob Lowe. That is probably some of the best work you've ever seen Rob Lowe do.
Literally.
That's a catastrophe. You got to turn your microphone on.
It's on.
Okay. All right.
It's on.
All right.
I'm an industry professional. I wasn't muted.
It's Chris Cody. He's not an industry professional. Go ahead.
I
Continue.
I was going to say that it's up there with Dog Ate Dan's Heart, if you've ever seen that, from One Tree Hill. Yeah, Lucy's giving me a
It's so good.
When we were talking about this, Lucy and I were talking about this clip before the show, and immediately she went to Dog Eating a Heart.
Yeah, that's the greatest 30 seconds in TV history, I think.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. We were on The Good Place, in The Good Place writers' room. We were obsessed with that, and we watched it hundreds and hundreds of times and just broke it down. Here we go.
All right, let's do it.
There's so many things.
Let's do it together. No, let's do it right now. We're going to roll this right now. Yes, this is horrifying.
No one moves. And then, first of all, why is there a dog in the hospital at all?
To eat the heart.
He really needed that heart transplant.
But look at the look that Chad Michael Murray gives here. Oh, you just cut it off. But he gives him a look. He gives Dan a look like, I told you. Like as if he knew this was going to happen. Also, if you play it again, there's a couple really great details. One of which is that the heart, when it rolls out of the container, here we go. Okay, so watch what happens here. The leash trips him. It rolls out of the container. It's right next to a black line. Now we cut to this shot, and it's nowhere close to the black line. It's going to a completely different place.
I mean, okay.
This dog really mucked everything up.
The nurse gives a look of like, oh no, not again, which is like, I think this is a hospital where several organs have been eaten by pets. And then the look, but the ending look is like, I told you so. I told you that
no one's
if
trying
you
to
try
stop
to get
the dog. The dog just takes the heart and goes.
No one makes a move. Like even the guy who falls down and drops the heart just kind of lies on his stomach for 15 seconds, just frozen in a sort of like as if he's a chalk outline on the ground. Look at that look. That's amazing. Like it's like I told you. We all knew this was going to happen.
Mike Schur, before we get to your stat of the day and before we get to your beloved Celtics, that's going to happen to you this season with your Celtics, metaphorically. A dog's going to run on the court.
Or the chest compression.
Something's going to happen. The chest compression, that's correct. I want to show you, would you like to see DeShaun Watson's back tattoo? I want to show you this. Are you somebody who's interested in this at all? Because you're not? Okay, show it to Mike Schur.
All right. So there's a lot going on in this back tattoo. I isolated two things that are fairly absurd about this back tattoo. Anyone want to take a guess?
Sorry, you isolated 2 things.
Just 2. Everything else
Okay.
seems like pretty run-of-the-mill for NFL player back tattoos. So
Sure.
there is if you see right beneath the NFL logo, there are 3 rings. One I think was like a high school ring. The other one's a college football national championship ring. And then there's a blank ring on his back. Yeah, that's right there next to Martin Luther King in a fitted.
There's MLK.
There is a blank Super Bowl ring.
Does it
Martin
say I
Luther
have a
King-
dream
I have
on
a
the
dream.
hat?
If you
Yes,
weren't
that's a hat.
sure.
Wearing an I have a dream hat. Yeah, he made merch.
And I have a dream fitted hat on Martin Luther King. That somehow steals the show from the empty Super Bowl ring from a quarterback that we don't know is actually any good anymore.
What is underneath the blank ring? Is that an astronaut or something?
That is an astronaut.
What is?
Yeah, that's an
Yes.
astronaut.
That's an astronaut.
That's a dumb question by you.
Yeah, what's the matter with you? Isn't it obvious that
Yeah.
it's an astronaut?
Yeah.
And that it's Martin Luther King with a baseball cap that reads, I have a dream. Can we put that in our merch store?
With a New Era sticker still
No,
on the
no,
on
you
the
can't.
fitted
You
cap.
can't. It's important to me that you know that you can't do that.
Just the tattoo. I'm not saying just the hat. I'm saying
the tattoo, yeah,
yes.
maybe, yeah.
You think we can do that?
He also hedged
No,
his,
you can't. I'm sure it's copyrighted. All that stuff is copyrighted. You cannot sell merch
If you see
of
this
his back tattoo.
If you see the back tattoo, like the empty Super Bowl ring, he's actually lucked out because it kind of seems like it's a Cleveland Browns helmet on the ring, but their helmet is such that you could also shade that in if he were to win one as a backup somewhere else.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. It looks like the helmet is blank in the same way that the top of the ring is blank, so that when he wins his ring, ostensibly he could fill in the logo on the helmet
Right.
and also the right. Okay.
Right, but he can presently claim like, oh no, that's a Browns tattoo.
Oh, I see. I see.
Before we get to Mike Schur's stat of the day, just play that again. Not the dog, please. I just want to see Rob Lowe cave that frozen person's chest in again.
He's starting compressions.
Cap Medical's here.
It's just a terrible result to have if you're a paramedic who's trying to save a life.
Yeah,
there. It's just you
That's
can't
right.
expect
Worst possible result. I
that. It
think.
really is.
I would have
It's
checked his
horrifying.
vitals first before going in for that move.
It stays with you forever. Imagine that night just going home, honey, you're not going to believe what happened at work. I was trying to save a man, and then instead I caved his frozen chest in. It was horrifying.
Yeah. Well, you know how I do the thing where I do the chest compressions? Well, something different happened this time.
Is that going to happen?
This is actually my fear if someone's ever choking at a restaurant that I don't know my own strength. Now, it's not usually with a frozen solid person, but I just feel like I'd break all sorts of ribs and actually push through someone's cavity.
Your fear is performing CPR in front of people and hurting someone more and not saving their life.
Right. Like now.
Because he's so strong.
Yeah,
because
now
he's
they're-
so powerful.
Well,
yeah.
it's also not just because I'm so powerful and strong, though I am those things. It's also because I don't have the proper form down. I never paid attention when we actually went through these things. I wasted too much time watching the YouTube on how to do this, that the person's probably dead.
I think it happens most times, though, that the ribs are broken. I don't know where I read that, but
Most times?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most times?
Yeah, you want to save a life, got to break a few ribs.
Put it on the poll, please, at Le Batard Show. Does the Heimlich maneuver most times break a few ribs?